Hi, good people. It's Amy from Savor Salvage Scent, and I hope this finds you well. For those of you who have not been to the channel before, this mostly focuses on all things fragrance related with an occasional other creative or DIY project. Today I am here to talk to you about my favorite perfumes in my collection that are, I think, astoundingly green in scent. So here we have things like grass, leaves, bamboo, tomato leaf, garden scents. There are two people who I believe requested this video. Oh shoot, I forgot to look them up before I made it. Margie, Louise is one, and then I'm so sorry, I forget the second. I'll put your names in the description box. So these are what I would call really, really green and garden scents. What you'll not see a lot of here are like the deeper, darker fall scents that are like really, really vetiver, dried grasses, things like that. I am a fall perfume freak, and so we're about to round that corner, and I'll get to those things later. Here you find more of the spring green scents, and I definitely have what I would call some like cult favorites in here, but I really tried to also find things that were not talked about a lot, a little bit oddball perhaps, or things you might not know as much about. Okay, so diving in, I have, I think, 19 scents I'm going to talk about, and I'm not going to talk about every little thing I'm going to tell you about around when they were made, who they're made by, and what kind of green scent comes out of it for me. First, do not overlook this designer scent as I did. I overlooked the whole house of Burberry. This is called My Burberry. If you look for this, you will not see this painted with flowers. This was done at a department store, apparently. I bought this secondhand. This is a friend of mine, actually, who has gotten into perfume, told me about some Burberry scents, and then I smelled this and I was completely in love. This was made in 2014. I think it's worth mentioning that it was made by the nose Francis Kurkdjian, who we all know, Kurkdjian, sorry, who has gone on to own his own brand and house and sells beautiful, incredible, but wickedly expensive scents. My Burberry, what does it smell like? To me, a wet green flower garden. What I think is cool about this is you don't just get the flowers, you get the greens too. It even almost has like a mossy, wet, dewy feel. And it's really prominent in sweet pea, which I think is really cool because that's not a flower that I see portrayed a lot in scent. So my Burberry is kind of a wet, mossy garden. Really beautiful. Next is, are two from Guerlain, one of my favorite houses. One is made in 1983. The nose was Jean Paul Guerlain, and this is Jardins de Bagatelle. This you get, really, it is, if any of you have been to the Jardins de Bagatelle in France, they're incredibly beautiful in Paris. This you get all the bright flowers and the stems and greens. It smells like a sunshiny day in a garden. It's incredible. And again, I think what's so cool is you don't just get the mixture of florals, but you get the greens too. And it's just kind of bright, almost lemony to me, really wonderful. So Jardins de Bagatelle by Guerlain. Another Guerlain is from their Aqua Allegoria line. I talk about this a lot. This is Limon Verde. I think this is my second bottle, and I have backups because I don't ever want to be without it. This is a kind of cologne type scent. It was created first in 2014. The nose is Terry Wasser. And to me, this is one of the best light, uplifting summer green scents. To me, it smells like lime, but most important, or as important, is there's a lot of grass in here, and so I just think it's so great, but it's somehow still sophisticated, though it doesn't have a ton of notes. It's just wonderful, really inexpensive too. Speaking of inexpensive, a lot of you will know about the Elizabeth Arden green tea line. This is my favorite from it. This is the bamboo, green tea and bamboo. So what do you get? You get green tea and bamboo, but also I get a little bit cucumber in this. This to me smells like, I don't know, a fabulous tea cocktail. It's delicious and light and wonderful, and you can find this for about 15 bucks. Elizabeth Arden's Green Tea Bamboo. Next was a steal at TJ Maxx recently. I think this is originally sold through the Home Shopping Network. It's Kate Spade's Truly Gracious. This is For those of you, I grew up in the 70s and 80s, and one of the first scents I fell in love with was the Gap's Grass. I think it's still around, but it's been reformulated, and I don't think it smells like it used to. This, to me, is in that style. I think even a little better and a little more sophisticated. It's grass. And weirdly, even though it's not a note, when I look it up, when I first spray it, I get like a spice, like cinnamon, when it's first on the skin. So it's got this warmth too. This is like a grass scent that I think could be actually worn year round. Truly Gracious by Kate Spade. So great. If you like grass, yo, you've been warned. Okay. Next. This is blowing my mind, the scent. Oh my gosh. So I only have a few Diptyque scents, and I freaking love them. They're incredible. I just love everything about Diptyque. I love the bottles. Look, there's illustrations on the back that kind of take you away. This is a scent that was created in 1983 by, I hope I'm pronouncing the nose right. I don't know this person. Serge, is it Calaguine? We'll find out. It is called L'Ombre dans l'eau, which I believe means a shadow in the water. And this is so cool. I've been reading about it for a while, and people are, I think, kind of like polarized by this scent, but the people who love it really love it. This has cassis and black currant leaves, and what it smells like to me, oh, this is like nothing I've ever smelled. It's so incredible. Oh my gosh, I'm just telling you. If you like green scents and like artsy scents, y'all, you gotta get this. It smells, the cassis and black currant leaf smell a lot like tomato leaf to me, but there's a spiciness and almost a smokiness. This thing, it is so good. I feel really crazed because, like, I think I posted about this recently, and a friend was like, can you tell me if there's a men's scent that smells like this? And I found out this was, I think, only marketed to women, which I think is so pathetic and sad, because to me, this is so perfectly unisex. It's gorgeous. And it almost even smells a little like geranium or rose to me, but mostly you get these green leaves, but yet it's spicy. It's so, I think, really, really cool. I read that a few really famous people, Lauren Bacall, I think, wore it. I'm trying to remember who else. Billy Idol, I think. But anyways, Diptyque L'Ombre dans l'eau. Look this up. It's freaking incredible. Incredible if you like artsy, kind of gutsy scents. All right, next. Old school, around the same time, actually, just a few years later, Cabotine by Gres. I love Cabochard and Cabotine. This is another one where people like it or don't, but people who like really green scents tend to love it. This is a cheapie. You can find it for $12 or $15. Created in 1990. The nose is Jean-Claude Deville. This is a big composition, many things. I thought it was interesting. It also has black currant leaf, this very green smell. It also has coriander in it, but I just get green on top of green on top of green on top of green. It does, to me, have a vintage smell in the best of ways. Again, people love it or hate it, but if you like green scents, I say check it out. It's really affordable. Cabotine by Gres. For those of you who are familiar with Cabochard, this is kind of its niece. All right, next. An Hermes scent I talk about a lot because I think I'm crazy about it. Un Jardin sur le Nil, the Garden of the Nile. This was created in 2005 by John Claude Elena. If you've not read the book, The Perfect Scent, read it. It's so cool. It's about how this and Sarah Jessica Parker's Lovely was created. One in the city, one in France, and kind of like just how different the experience were. This is green papaya, carrot leaf, and tomato leaf. Other things too, but those are the really interesting things that make it stand out. It's super, super chic. Yeah, Un Jardin sur le Nil by Hermes. I can't not talk about Chanel's number 19 Poudre. This people love or hate, and it's usually because it is not a super long-lasting scent. People who like Iris will love this. Super green, created in 2011. The nose was Jacques Polge. I get like a flower cooler. You know, when you walk into a florist shop and maybe you go into the cooler to grab the greens, you've got this fresh, bright. You get the stems and the flowers, and you definitely get Iris, which is a powdery scent too. So it's kind of old school, wonderful, another really chic scent. I don't know if this is being made anymore, but I think it can still be found pretty readily. Chanel number 19 Poudre, super green thing. All right, next is one that doesn't get talked about a lot. It's a Jo Malone scent. Again, Jo Malone scents are light. Some people can't get around that. I think this is great. You just respray it once during the day. This is her Carrot Blossom and Fennel. Got a really pretty bottle with like a botanical drawing. This was created in 2016. The nose is Anne Filippo. And you get carrot leaf and carrot itself, wormwood, fennel, violet root, and patchouli. And so it's this really interesting, I call this a spring green. It's real bright, but definitely aromatic, very light. And I just love this like right out of the shower in the spring. So this is Jo Malone's, I always forget the name of it, Carrot Blossom and Fennel. Not a lot of people talk about it. All right, next is a scent that I swear to God, I've only heard like, I think one or two other people talk about on YouTube. I think it's phenomenal. Again, it's vintage, old school, super green. If you love green, try it out. My dear, dear, dear friend, Lynn, who is also into perfume, I was talking about this being one of my favorite bottles. This is Nikki Dee St Paul. This is her scent. She is passed. Was an incredible sculptor, and this is the bath oil, and this is to me one of the most beautiful bottles I've ever seen in my life, if not my most beautiful. Sadly, this has gone out of production. My incredible friend sent me the cologne. I cannot believe it, or I think it's actually out of her phone. This was created in 1982. It's got her name and the snakes. Oh my God, so cool. And what do I get from this? This is forest. Like, I mean, absolutely forest in the summer or spring. You get artemisia, you get mint, you get orris root, you get patchouli. It is green and foresty. Ugh, this is amazing. I mean, like, it just, as the kids say, it's a mood. It is a foresty, incredible mood. And I'm so grateful to my friend. Thank you, Lynn, for sending this to me. I mean, total gem. If you can find this, it's harder to find now, but it's worth the money, and I'm just telling you, it's incredible. Okay, Nikki Dee St Paul. All right, a really, really strange one that, or I should say, nobody talks about. My friend Shannon found this perfume in an old abandoned house. It is called Frond by Vincent. And when she dropped this off at my house, I had to leave it in another room for a few days because, I mean, it's incredible and I love it. But, holy Hannah, it smells exactly like what they say, like lily pads, fronds, light, springy, the beginnings of greens. It's incredible. It's so freaking strong. If you can find this, it's super, super rare. But really, really cool, and a dab will do ya. Not kidding, it had to be in another room for a few months before I could, like, pull it into the house. It's so strong, so cool, and what a beautiful box, right? Okay. All right, next. For those of you who know how to pronounce this house, please tell me if I'm not pronouncing it correctly because it's new to me, but yet I'm really getting into it. I think it's Sucreabeille. This is a scent called Don't Panic. I heard about this on Sarah Mays' channel, and I love things that have tomato leaf. Wow, this is the most realistic, like, you're picking in a garden scent. And I would say, this is my opinion, this is not a super sophisticated composition. This is something you wear when you need, like, spiritual or mental, like, uplift. When you want to feel bright like the garden, when you need your spirits uplifted. It's got tomato leaf, sweetgrass, lemon verbena, soil, petrichor. Those of you who aren't familiar with petrichor, it's basically the smell of, I think, let me know if I'm wrong, when the rain or the water kind of hits the ground or the stone or earth. So you really get, but mostly I just get brightness. It's a really, really bright garden scent. Don't Panic by Sucreabeille. Really affordable house too. They have super cool stuff. They have some of the best tea scents I've ever smelled. Next is another gem. Oh my gosh. This is a tester, and I have to get a full bottle from my friend Lynn. And this is by the house Eris. Is it Eris? Oh boy, Parfums. This is called Green Spell, and that is the perfect name for it. The owner of the house is Barbara Herman, who wrote Scent and Subversion. I actually just got it in the mail and about to read it. Can't wait. But she's a kind of like historian, like perfume collector, appreciator, and writes beautifully. And she created this with a nose named Antoine Lay. And you get tomato leaf, fig, and violet leaf, black currant. So kind of like the Diptyque scent. Not quite as smoky though, or not quite as like deeply dark herbal. Green Spell is the perfect name. It's just this sophisticated, beautiful, sexy green scent. So by Yates Perfumes, Green Spell, incredible scent. Next is a scent from the house of Alkemia. This is another tester that I am nursing. It's called Verte sur le Verte. So basically green, I think green of the greens or greenest of the green. I'm not sure when this was produced, but it's by Alkemia scents are by Char Lemereau. They're out of, oh dear, a New England state. I can never remember. This basically smells like you have crushed leaves in your hands. It is so cool. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. Green of the green is really green, and it's really fabulous. Next is a designer scent that I would have never, I hate to say it, I like older Versace's, but I would have even tried this. I think it was in one of those magazine strips, which are usually horrible, I find. But I was like, wow, that's clover. I could smell immediately. It comes in a really beautiful full bottle, but I just have this little roller ball or sprayer. What do I get from this? Apple, clover, again, that black currant, and shiso. So it's got this fruity, clovery smell. I mean, it just, yeah, I don't have many things with clover, and I think this is so cool. Dylan Blue, pretty affordable. Oh, the nose, it was created in 2017. The nose is Cleese Becker. Another from another indie house, my favorite Solstice scents, y'all. This is called After the Rain. This is so cool. This was just created recently, I think 19 or 20, by Angela St. John. Their nose, she's amazing. She's a proprietor of the house. What do I get in this? There's many things, but I get greens, lilac, wisteria, soil, and petrichor. This is, to me, as much about the ground as it is the leaves. Oh, it's so cool. After the Rain, such a great scent. These oils are only, I think, $16 or $18, and then I believe she produces a perfume too. Just so you know about the house, they make things in small batches, so they sell out, and so sometimes you'll see things on their site, and then sometimes you have to wait a few months. So worth it. Solstice scents After the Rain, incredible. Okay, Alkemia, another by Alkemia, Green Carnation. I'm a carnation lover, for those of you who don't know, and it's sadly gone out of style. People think it's passé. Poor them. Carnation and dianthus is so gorgeous, and this you get the leaves or the stems as much as the dianthus. You also get a little bit of absinthe, so it gives it this super green scent, and I just think it's really, really cool. Not for everybody. I find this to be a very old-fashioned scent in the best of ways, but definitely, even though it's an old-fashioned scent, it's kind of a modern take on it with the absinthe too. So Green Carnation by Alkemia, this is really affordable too. The oil, I think, is 16 or 18, and then I think 1 ounce of perfume is like 45, something like that. Really great. I want to mention a local house. It's called Yates Perfumes. And I just love the proprietor. She's wonderful. If you're interested into niche and or, what's it called? The kind of haute couture scents that are made just for you. There's another word for it. Forgive me for forgetting. But she makes sense. She will make sense based on what you like. And this, as you can see, is called Amy. I have made sense in her laboratory. I'll link her information below. This had many things in it that she created for me, but I asked her for something with tomato leaf and tonka in it. And guess what? It's incredible. so good. So look into Yates Perfumes, especially if you live near Cleveland, Ohio. You can actually even visit the shop. It's fabulous, but she creates really incredible scents and has scents that she's created on her website. One last thing, I just have to mention my favorite green bath shower product, Spring Green by Vitabath. If anybody knows a scent that smells exactly like this, please tell me. It's one of my favorite things in the world. Again, you have to like things that are super green. This will last me 5 years. It will be as strong as it was the day I purchased it in year 5. Literally a pee of this in a shower makes you smell so green, amazing, uplifted. It smells just like the combination of like green stems and forest. Phenomenal. Vitabath Spring Green. Tell me all about it if you know any scents that smell like it. Last but not least, there are a lot of things you won't see here that I'm really itching to get. I mean, coriander. I am itching to have a vintage scent that's supposed to be phenomenal and green. There are a couple by Demeter I'm really wanting to get. One is called Pruning Shears and one is called Wet Garden. Let's see, what else am I forgetting? John too is supposed to be amazing and I think pretty green. Oh, I'm forgetting some others. Anyways, tell me about your favorite green scents and especially those I might be missing. And do you wear any of them that I've talked about today? Last but not least, as we head into fall, what things are you interested in hearing about? Hope you're well. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.